Assalamu alaikum. This is a lot 24/7 propaganda machine. I am Brother Black Light, trying to shed a little light on the subject. I am the Aboriginal Universal Supreme Conscious Council of the Elders. Birthday coming up in July 28th. I'll be 72 in this Uncle Sam's world. And today we're going to talk about Jesus, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and probably if we got a lot to say about a whole lot. We try to get it all in today. But you see Obama, and you see, let's see, the jazz man. And that's the only way and the only value that the black man has is to entertain Caucasian. And Obama is a symbol of how they would use a black man to fool the people. And the people keep being fooled behind this process they call voting. It's a political process, but it's also a trick. So let's start off with Jesus. Jesus, although a lot of people say it wasn't no Jesus, but let's put that aside. Is there wisdom in the story of Jesus? Is there a message there? And what is the message? Well, the king, I believe his name was King Herod, got word that there would be a king of the Jews born in his town. And so he said, no, we can't have that. So we got to get rid of him. So kill every boy baby. Now King Herod represents the establishment, the rule. Although the Romans were occupying his town, he took his orders from the Romans, and the Romans, let him do his king thing. But that's the Romans' jurisdiction, and he couldn't have nobody knocking him out the box. So Jesus' mother, Mary, she took Jesus to a land called Egypt. Make a long story short, he came back with supreme wisdom and was changing the people's minds and was raising the people to a higher consciousness. And he became a threat to the Pharisees, who were sort of like your modern day preachers, imams, and ministers. And they wanted to get rid of Jesus because Jesus' doctrine was a powerful doctrine. He was telling the people to be righteous because you serve and was created by a righteous supreme being, and that being Jesus called the Father, but he also gave him the word God, and he called out the Jews and told the Jews that they were devils. And the Pharisees went to the government, which was the Romans, to try to get Jesus removed because he was presenting a threat to his wallet, to the Pharisees' wallet. You know, Jesus went to the temples and whipped out the money changers and turned over tables and turned the tax collector into one of his disciples. Jesus was doing his thing, and so they set him up to be knocked off, set him up to be killed. And they came and they arrested him because one of his crew members was a snitch, a turncoat, and a traitor. But Jesus knew that would happen. He knew, because he knew the minds of the people, that it would be someone that would betray him. He knew that already, and he prepared himself for that. Now, some people's version of the story goes like they came and got Jesus, put him on trial, and then they crucified him. And others say that Jesus had a double, and they crucified his double or a different man, because Jesus could read minds and he knew how to escape danger. And then they said, well, Jesus rose from the dead in 3 days. Another story goes that Jesus was never crucified and was never rose from the dead, and they gave scientific evidence to the contrary. So where's the wisdom at, and why is, this being told in what they call the New Testament? The wisdom is what's happening now. And on the next video, we're going to explain what we're talking about. So stay tuned. This is Black Light.